it's Ryukin here, and welcome to a special Christmas episode of Really Those All Be Doing Stuff. And today, in this Christmas episode of Really Those All Be Doing Stuff here, you're going to take a look at my new studio room tour setup. And yeah, so in the last year I have made a review about my outdated studio room tour, which it was posted like back in around August 2022, if I remember correctly. So and I will ship that video out, so I'll put the links in the description for an outdated studio room tour, or maybe I'll just going to make it pop up somewhere else in this video, which I think it's going to pop up at anywhere at any time now, or maybe at any second. Alright, so stop being paranoid about the pop-ups. And today, we are all going to take a look at my new and completely updated studio room tour. So, and well, that brings that, let us take a look at my new and updated studio room tour in 2023 and 2024. Since it's going to be a transition to next year anyways. And well, that brings it, y'all. Let's bring us to the actual, completely updated 2024 studio setup room tour, shall we? And taking a look at my YouTube studio setup right here, so y'all can see that everything is still left intact from that blog video where I made a video about how I moved this monitor right here to where I'm at right now. So y'all can see that everything is still left intact from that blog video. And yeah, so I'm going to talk about all of these here individually, one by one. So and first of all right here, I'm going to be focusing on the area right here where I used to review the most of the stuff. And yeah, so I got two of the places where I can review stuff, like this one right here for example, which this area right here is some little area right here where I can just unbox small things, like for example a small game console, the Joy-Con, or some of the small things like this SSD right here that I have made a review about it in the main series, which yeah, this is just an example right here. Or maybe I can review this money bag right here like that, or I can actually going to review this COB whatever it is, a rechargeable keychain light, which I would actually be like placing down this product right here for example, and then I start to review and talk about how it has some features, blah 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 stuff. And yeah, so this little area right here is going to be the main area where I can unbox and review stuff. And in case if that thing is actually big, like for example a TV, a bigger monitor, a PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, or an Xbox console, which I will be moving myself to this bigger area right here where I can just review some big stuff like what I mentioned before, the big stuff, you know. Yeah, so that was basically for the area right here where I can do a lot of reviewing stuff episodes. And now it's time for the back. And at the back right here, y'all can see the whiteboard, which right now I have set the countdown to 5 days left according to the published date of this video. And here is the Christmas tree right here, which I didn't have any decorative lights on there at all. So it's just a plain plasticky looking Christmas tree, which I got this one from my dad. So this thing right here is been living with my family for like about 16 or 17 years now, which it kind of lived like since I was a baby. So yeah, I've seen this one like from my old house, and yeah, this thing right here is still complete nostalgia to this day. So yeah, well, but even though I didn't put any decorated lights or anything, I was just going to leave it like that throughout the Christmas and until after the New Year. So I would eventually get rid of this little Christmas tree right here. So yeah, but until if the New Year is over. And here is some of the stuff right here that I put, which I got this dead MacBook Air 11-inch from 2012, which I use this MacBook right here to edit my videos, or maybe some of my videos of the videos where I wasn't speaking English but I was speaking in Thai. And here is the Russian film camera, which I bought this one back in 2021, probably around October. And here is this one right here, which I kind of want to find it, but yeah, I actually found out that it's been living inside that box over there along with the stuff right here that I put. So yeah, so I don't know who put it in that box, but yeah, at least I have found it, and it kind of fixed some little things a little bit. So y'all can see this is a handmade pinhole camera, which how it works right here is there's some like a touch cooling film, which is just going to project the image upside down like that. But yeah, I did actually make a video about this one right here, so yeah, back in 2022, and if you want to check that video out, so just like I said, I have put the links in the description for both the new and the old playlist, which you can actually go to check that out if you want to. And here is the sister of the legendary Nokia 3310, which this one here is a Nokia 3315. So this one here, it comes in different colors, and this one here that I got is a blue one. And this one here, it doesn't even have a battery, so I have no idea how I'm gonna turn this thing on. So yeah, but maybe if I have enough time, I'm just going to buy a battery for this thing. I'm probably going to make a video about it in the next future episodes of the weekly dose of reviewing stuff. So yeah, this one right here. But I will probably going to wait until if I have enough money to afford a battery for this thing. And yeah, moving on to the whiteboard right here, so y'all can see that right now I have set 5 days left according to the published date of this video. And yeah, here's some stuff right here that I put onto this whiteboard, so I'm not gonna mention where they came from. Yeah, and moving on from the whiteboard right here, so y'all can see the bass, which I never play, but yeah, at least my dad bought it. So yeah, I will probably go to play this one in the future, so I don't know when. And here is the place right here where I can put the tripods if I want to show them off on camera, or maybe I'm just going to put it to there, behind the door right here, which is that where the broom sits. But the most of the time, we're just going to show them off on camera anyways, or maybe if I'm bored or I don't know what I'm thinking, I'm just going to put them to there where the broom sits. So yeah, this is actually the hiding place for the tripods too. So yeah, and yeah, so moving on from that area, and right now it's time to take a look at that drawer over there. So, and y'all can see, and here is some of the remnants right here of my old design. So you can see here's my old design of my mascot, so y'all can see that. And here is, I don't know what I'm thinking, but yeah, this is actually some stuff right here that I made. So yeah, y'all can see that. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm thinking, but yeah. And here is the box right here where I put off the keycaps and including that keycap remover. And here's the camera rig for my iPhone, which I never used. And here is the condenser microphone, which I also never use in videos. I only use that microphone over there that I have, which I stole this one from my dad actually. And moving down below the drawer, and here is the keyboard and the numpad keyboard, which they're basically useless. And this webcam right here, y'all. So this one right here is basically some webcam right here that I used to review back in my oldest review series, and along with the Among Us and the clocks, which I don't know why they're both dead. And here is some useless stuff right here, which right now is just turned into the place right here where I can put my hats in. But mostly some old hats that I have. Yeah, they were being part of my history of my life for so far now, including this old hat right here, which I'm never gonna wear this one back again. But I was like, well, I stopped wearing this back in like early 2023. Yeah, probably around January and February. So yeah, if I remember. And alright, so I'm not gonna come back to this area ever again, but yeah, we must move on. So I'm moving on to my actual YouTube studio setup right here, and here it is. my actual YouTube studio setup finally, and you all can see that everything is still left intact from that blog video. The same monitor, the same keyboard, the same mousepad, the same mouse, the same laptop, the same SSD that I used to store all my files in there and edit them from the SSD. And yeah, to be honest, I actually edited the video from this SSD right here. But even though I have that CapCut on, and I was actually going to put videos from this SSD right here to get it to work. But frankly, they actually work. So for this SSD right here, and I'm outside the SSD. Here's my BMax MacBook X15, but not is just a normal X15, but is a X15 Plus, which I do have a review about this one in my main review series too, so I'm not gonna mention it all over again, so I'm just going to put all of them in the description anyways, which I have put the links for the playlist in there, which you wouldn't have to choose one of them on my YouTube channel individually again. So, and yeah, back to the video. And yeah, so this one right here, it has a Celeron N5095. Here, it performs really well on Minecraft right here, which from now, what I'm seeing right now, I have set to like a lowest settings. The settings that's used the same as my phone, which I set on the low setting, both the Java edition and the Bedrock Edition right there, which, well, I did actually bought this one like a few days ago, and yeah, it turns out that as I put the settings to the lowest as possible, the game would lag, but instead it goes really smooth. So, but even though I have put the max frame rate to 40 frames per second, but yeah, actually I'm gonna say it does perform pretty well on this BMax MacBook right here. But even though I have used the second screen to play off that, but by the overall, everything, it works perfectly good. And moving on block from the laptop right here, here is the area right here finally. So the same multimedia speakers, the same speaker amp, the same keyboard as always, and the same mouse, the same mousepad that I have, which is an astronaut and the purple Saturn thing. But yeah, this thing right here, I bought it like back in around November. But yeah, it actually does hold up pretty well. And as you can see right here, it is, well, it actually does a really good job at it. But even though it's actually just going to make a bigger space for me to put my mouse around. And here is along on the front of the monitor, here is my figurines, along with the fake Apple Watch that I have reviewed in the previous video. And here is a legendary 90s that I got right here from my dad, which is a Packlink. It's a Motorola Flex pager, which this thing right here right now is just bringing no use to me and anyone, because yeah, the services are died out in the early 2000s, which unfortunately these things right here are really short-lived and they couldn't last for long though. So yeah, that was unfortunate for those things, but right now they were just useless items from that era. But yeah, right now, this thing right here, the only thing that it can do right now is just only receive news and it becomes decoration items like shortly after. And here is a instability camera right here, y'all. So this is a basic film camera right here that it uses a rare type of film, which I couldn't find it anywhere. So yeah, it's basically some type of a film camera that uses a rare type of film, which, but even though if I found one, I would actually going to end up finding an expired film of this thing. But yeah, this is actually the ones that I got from my dad too, which yeah, is just some like a plasticky film camera that, well, it's actually, but for my film right here, it kind of feels like it's a really janky little film camera. But yeah, it uses a rare type of film, but yeah, I couldn't find it anywhere now. So yeah, but if I'm gonna look up on eBay, so well, hopefully they will actually have those. But yeah, they only just sold an expired film of this. But yeah, but right now, this thing right here, it becomes one of the decorations of this YouTube studio setup right here. And yeah, so this place right here is where I can just play some other stuff right here, like my phones and all that stuff. And here's the microphone, which I'll be using this one in the future too, especially when playing Minecraft. And here is the webcam right here, which I will be replacing that one in the future. And here's the boom arm right here, which I have it fall on there for now, which I have bring back the stand right here, which it would be probably going to use in the future if I want. And there is that the USB port hub, which is kind of faulty for some reason, which I don't know why it actually does that. But the only experience that I have with this thing right here is that when everything becomes loose, my laptop will actually going to recognize something that is just disconnect and it just reconnects like in a split second, but causing that to error, which I don't know if it's actually any issue to the USB port hub or the extension cable that I have. So who knows. And alright, so that was really it for my YouTube studio setup right here. And I also forgot to mention about that light over there, which for now it's got a new name for this, which yeah, it's actually a so-called diffuser barrel, which I actually named this one because of that video where I have made a review about the diffuser umbrella right here that I have for this studio light right here, which it actually eventually replaced that one that came in the box with the setup right here. Actually, I'm gonna say this light setup right here is actually holding up a light really good, but there's some like certain points where the light is kind of flickering, which I don't know if it's actually any due to the light or the plug. So who knows. This diffuser barrel right here is going to be used alongside with my Godox LED light right here that I have. So yeah. And alright, so I think that's really it for this completely updated YouTube studio setup right here. So and from now on, if I have any updates to this YouTube studio setup, I will probably going to tell you all maybe in the next year, or maybe if I have enough time, I'm gonna update to y'all every like for example, if I add 5 items to this YouTube studio setup right here, I'm gonna update for y'all. So yeah, but most of the time, if I have enough money, I'm just going to bring up some good things to this YouTube studio setup right here. So maybe the LED strip, or more USB port hubs, or maybe a good monitor stand, or maybe a good webcam, or even possibly more SSD, which right now this SSD right here is going to fill out more storage and it will actually eventually get full sometime soon. So yeah, and but the overall right here, everything is still left intact from that blog video. And from what I'm seeing right now, everything is in good order, and I don't have to worry about of how the stuff is going to get in. So yeah, and yeah, as well as my chair right here that I used to sit on. So yeah, this is actually from now on my main chair right here that I'm going to sit on. So yeah, but until if this one breaks anyways, but right now, from what I experienced with this thing right here, this thing right here is still hold up pretty good. So yeah, but even though it has a leg stand, but that one is just too short for me. But since I have really long legs. So yeah, so that was basically it for my new 2023 and 2024 YouTube studio room tour, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to leave us a like, comment, and also the most importantly, which is to consider subscribe to my YouTube channel, like what I put that YouTube logo right there on my camcorder, and I do appreciate y'all for that, and I will see y'all there in the next video, where I'm going to make more awesome quality content like this in 2024, in the next year I think. And yeah, so that was basically for this video, and I will see y'all there in the next video, where I'm going to make more awesome quality content like this in the next year, and for you guys. And lastly, Merry late Christmas and have a good Happy New Year. Bye bye!
Oh hey y'all, it's Ryukin here. So if you do like this type of content right here, so please consider to leave us a like, comment, and also the most importantly, which is to consider subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I do appreciate y'all for that. And I will see you guys later in the next video where I'm going to do more quality content like this for y'all out there and for you guys. And alas, for now.